The frontal lobe is the largest lobe of the brain and plays major roles in things like executive functioning, your personality, motor control, and speech production. It's located at the most anterior part of the brain, sitting just behind the forehead. Defining its boundary from the parietal lobe is something called the central sulcus, which is highlighted here in red. And then separating it from the temporal lobe is the lateral sulcus, which is highlighted here in purple. When looking at the frontal lobe from the top-down view, we can clearly see that it spans both the left and right hemispheres. Although they may look identical, they each play distinctive roles in brain function, with the left side being more so associated with language and logical thinking, and then the right side is associated with creativity and spatial awareness. Now let's explore some key regions within the frontal lobe, starting with the prefrontal cortex. This area is located at the frontmost part of the frontal lobe and plays a crucial role in things like cognition, decision-making, personality, and social behavior regulation. One way scientists have determined what specific regions of the brain do is by studying the effects of damage on them. In the case of the prefrontal cortex, damage can lead to significant behavioral changes, such as personality shifts, increased impulsivity, impaired decision-making, and cognitive decline. Given its fundamental role in shaping personality and regulating thought processes, prefrontal cortex dysfunction has been linked to conditions like psychopathy, where deficits in emotional regulation and social behavior are prominent. The next key region within the frontal lobe is called the primary motor cortex, which is located at the back portion of the frontal lobe just in front of the central sulcus. This area is responsible for initiating voluntary movements by sending the final motor command to the muscles after movement planning and coordination has been done by other brain regions. One interesting feature of the primary motor cortex is its contralateral control, which means the left hemisphere controls movement on the right side of the body, while the right hemisphere controls the left side. The motor cortex is also somatotopically organized, meaning different body parts correspond to specific areas within the motor cortex. However, the space allocated to each body region is based on the complexity and precision of movement rather than physical size. For example, the hands and face, which require fine motor control, take up a large area of the motor cortex, whereas the back or torso, which perform less intricate movements, occupy a smaller portion. When the primary motor cortex is damaged, the symptoms depend on which body part the affected region controls. If the damaged area corresponds to the left hand, for example, the individual may experience reduced dexterity, impaired precision, and difficulty with fine motor tasks whenever they're using that hand. If it controls the leg, however, the person may struggle with weakness, reduced coordination, and difficulty walking or moving that limb. This highlights the crucial role of the motor cortex in voluntary movement and motor function. The final region of the frontal lobe we'll cover is called Broca's area. It is located only in the left hemisphere of the frontal lobe and plays a crucial role in speech production and articulation. Damage to it results in a condition known as Broca's aphasia, where individuals struggle to produce coherent speech despite maintaining full comprehension of language. This suggests that the deficit is not due to an inability to think, but rather an impairment in executing the motor commands necessary to be able to produce speech. While affected individuals may speak in short, fragmented phrases, their ability to understand others remains intact, giving clear evidence to support the notion that there is a disjointment between what they want to say and their ability to then do so. And that's everything you need to know about the frontal lobe. If you found this video helpful, leave a like, and if you have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in the future, ask them in the comments below.